guys, and welcome to this online tutorial for how to use the online proofreading site paperrater. Now, to access paperrater, you simply go to the Symbaloo page on the NGC Library website, which of course is the third tab on the home page. And if you go to the third row on the Symbaloo and you look at this last tile, you're going to find a link to the website paperrater. So now if you click on this tile, it'll take you straight to the website. And now this tool does have a free basic option, which is what we're going to be utilizing today, but it does have options for more advanced analysis. So if you are a die-hard writer, or if you really want to get the best feedback on your paper possible, you can possibly choose to upgrade to the paid version of the website. But for today, like I said, we're going to use Now Free. So we are very simply going to click on this button right here. Now, to get started, you do need to copy and paste your essay in this section. Now, I know it says upload file here. However, that is something you have to pay for as part of this program. So I've already copied my paper. So I'm just going to right click. I'm going to paste. And you can see I have my essay inside this box. I'm going to tell it what grade I'm currently in. This was written by a 9th grader. I'm going to tell it what type of paper I'm submitting. For this case, I'm just going to put essay. And here is that option for plagiarism detection. I will tell you that if you turn this on, it does take a little bit longer to get your feedback. So if it's not absolutely required, you might just want to skip that for right now and come down and click, I have read and agree to the terms of service, and hit Get Report. Now, it takes a few minutes to run through your paper, so you just got to kind of sit and be patient. And the more people who are using it at the same time, the slower it can be. So just give it a few minutes, and you should get your results. Okay, so now we have our results. You can see over here on the left, here is my paper that we've typed. And over here on the right, you're going to see a breakdown of all the information on your paper. Now, the very first thing I always like to look at when I get my analysis is I click on grade. So it says the grade for this paper is an 84%, which is a B. Now, you'll notice the very first sentence here, the grade above is not complete. Okay, this is important to know that this is a proofreading tool. It's not like an actual teacher grading your paper. So it is going to grade you on your spelling, grammar, word choice, style, and vocabulary, but it doesn't know what you're writing. So for example, just because paperrater says you're going to get a B doesn't mean your English teacher is going to give you a B. Because let's say the topic of your paper was supposed to be a persuasive piece on a current event, and you wrote a report on a historical figure. See, the problem is you didn't write what you were supposed to write. So keep in mind that just because this paper right here says you're going to get this grade, it's not a guarantee that your teacher will give you that grade. But anyway, so what we can see here is we got an 84%, which means there probably is some room for improvement. So you can click on each of these tabs and it will go through your paper with you to show you where the areas of improvement are. For example, spelling corrections. You can see here are the errors that were found. These are pretty minor. Most of them are like capitalization, compound words, and so on. So you can see they also give you suggestions for how to correct it. So those are pretty easy to identify. Grammar, it's going to have the errors on the left, and it's going to have the suggestions on the right. Now, if you look through your paper, these will be highlighted in red and green throughout the paper, so they're easy to locate. Word choice, and this is interesting because when you get to these levels of analysis, it will tell you how you're doing as compared to your peers in that area. So with your bad phrase scores, this is like how much you used cliches, or if you used a phrase incorrectly, or if you used it, just in a way that didn't fit the context. You can see right here. Here's the chart. Obviously red is really bad and green is really good. So this student did equal to or better than 60% of the people in her education field. So overall, that's not bad. Better than average, obviously. But maybe there are some parts in this paper we can go through and see if maybe we use something that's a little trite, a little bit overused, and try and change it up to make it more original. Style is by far the area where you are going to get the most feedback. For example, you can see right here how it says 1 of 5. This means there's 5 pages of feedback. When it comes to transition words, this student did an excellent job. Their transition words were better than 89% of the people in their education field. So that's very well done. Sentence length. However, here we can see that the average length of this student's sentences were 16.5 words. And it says that their paper seems to be lacking in complex sentences. Now, if you're like, okay, I can see that's a problem, but I don't know how to fix it, you can actually click on these links and it's going to tell you and give you examples of how to create more complex sentences. So it'll walk you through this step by step and give you the resources to be successful. Same thing right here, helpful resources, effective use of sentence length. So you can see there it is again. So there's 2 different places you can click on it. Now the third page, this is only available in premium. Passive voice. So it says right here that these are examples in your paper of passive voice. So you want to go in and maybe try and edit those sentences so they are more an active voice. And same thing, if you don't know what active and passive voice is, you can simply click right here and it'll give you a description of what passive voice is, what active voice is. It'll give you examples and it'll show you how to convert them from passive voice to active voice. And simple sentence starts. So here we're seeing that this student, she only did better than 43% of the people in her education level when it came to simple sentence starts. This kind of means that she repeatedly started her sentence in a similar way. There wasn't a whole lot of variety. So maybe she needs to go back and look at how she's starting all of her sentences and see if there's a different way she could start it to kind of change up the flow of the paper a little bit and make it not so monotonous. Vocabulary words. So right here, it says she did equal or better to than 34% of the people in her education level. And if you need help, there is a vocab builder. Like if your score is really low, you can go here. And it's saying, here's the top vocabulary words. Is there a way you can incorporate some of these into your paper? Like what is this? How can I work that into my paper? So there are tools embedded in here to help you if you're struggling in any of these areas. Once you're done, you can go here to a printable summary report. And depending on what your teacher wants you to do, you can print this out. You can maybe take some screenshots and airdrop them to your teacher. It kind of just depends on how they want to handle it. So this is the tool, paperrater. Like I said, this is a tool for getting a proofreading feedback on your paper. Keep in mind, once again, that just because paperrater says you're going to get a certain grade on your paper, it doesn't mean that that is the grade you're going to get from your teacher. So if you ever have any questions or concerns about this site, please don't hesitate to come see me or Mrs. Rao in the library, and we can kind of walk you through it in person if you need help.